Hello, welcome to the COVID-19 Mental Health Awareness video focused on holistic mental health to improve emotional wellness for whole person living. I am your host, Anisha Rao. I am so excited to introduce today's speaker, Brandy Jackson, a holistic licensed mental health therapy at brandyjacksonwellness.com. Thank you, Brandy, for joining us today. So, Brandy, what does whole person living mean to you?
Thank you so much for having me, Anisha. And to answer the question of how I frame and understand holistic living, that means that you are actively practicing the three pillars of health. My experience has taught me, and my education and my work with clients has taught me the value of really focusing on nutrition, what we eat, as very important and integral for our wellness, along with movement. We must move, we must practice activity for our physical body, and also stress relief, wellness, mental health, taking care of upstairs, basically making sure that you're taking good care of your mental wellness is also key to practice holistic and whole person living.
Thank you so much, Brandy. So, Brandy, how can we maintain emotional wellness and self-care during pandemics for whole person living?
I think it's critical that we really wake up every day and set the intention to focus there. So, of course, we all want to be healthier, as that is what we understand. I think everyone's in agreement that the importance of being healthy is good, but we need to really practice aligned behaviors, especially now in the middle of a pandemic, COVID, stress of just trying to figure everything out, and the stress of adjustment. We really have to set the intention and create practice daily. It's not necessarily optional. I mean, it is optional on some level, but for you to come out of this time in society best equipped to move forward, the intention and the actual practice has to happen every day.
Thank you so much, Brandy. I absolutely agree. So I know that you offer a lot of great resources on your website. So what are some of the resources that your website offers and some strategies that you would recommend to help us stay resilient and to practice holistic wellness, especially during times like these?
Sure. Okay, so website has tons of opportunities. The first thing I would recommend is potentially if you're someone who really likes support and having tips and tools sent to you, to sign up for the Fit Life and Body newsletter, where I send you information every week. I send you meditations every week. I send you a resource I designed and created for my one-to-one clients. It's the Fit Mind and Body Blueprint, and it's actually a tool that you can use daily to document your practice. It's very simple. It's using my 3-3-1 technique, which is simply put to have 3 methods of self-care every day, 3 healthy meals a day. There's a couple cheat days, so it's okay to eat what you might otherwise eat that's not always healthy, but also to practice a movement every day. And on this guide, you actually set an intention and you put a date and you just do the work, and it happens. When you write things down, it happens. When you act, it gets easier. So other than that, I offer free YouTube videos on the Brandy Jackson Wellness YouTube channel. I'm on Instagram offering support and motivation there as well. But the goal is to be of support. The journey gets easier with support, with motivation. So a big part of what I'm offering is to create space for that.
Thank you so much, Brandy. And I know that in one of your recent YouTube videos, you talked about radical self-care and wellness. So what is that, and how can we apply radical self-care and wellness during pandemics?
Right. Radical self-care is to understand that self-care isn't really an option for you to consider as secondary to everything else. Radical self-care means you are providing space and wellness to yourself daily, so that way you can amplify how you show up every day, because the time calls for it. And I think radical self-care is perfect and makes sense for being in a pandemic, but it's also perfect and reasonable every day, because there's also a lot of women in the world who are used to giving a lot of themselves, a lot of men as well, heads of families, brothers, sisters, whichever, where we're used to giving, but not necessarily refueling ourselves. And to do that first is radical in order to give and be better at offering our support to others.
Thank you so much, Brandy. I absolutely agree. Thank you so much, Priyandy, for joining us today. And for Mental Health California, I am Anisha Rao.